Now then, it's time, as promised, for an exclusive interview with the KFC feast that was abandoned on the streets of Cheltenham last week. So I'm now joined by the KFC feast in the studio. Hello to you. We'll be protecting his identity for security reasons, so he will just be known as KFC Feast. So then, it's a moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for my exclusive interview. So here we go. Hello to you, KFC Feast. Hi there. Right then. So I'd just like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay. So, how did this all start? Well, it started out as a normal day. I was just chilling with my KFC Feast friends in the KFC restaurant down in Cheltenham. And then, all of a sudden, someone brought me. I mean, that's a standard thing to happen, but what happened next certainly wasn't standard. Oh, really? So, we sort of know what happened next, but could you just kind of talk it through from your perspective? Sure. Well, as I said, I was brought, and then this student, funnily enough, dressed as a pirate, took me, and we barely got out of the KFC door when suddenly my handle just broke, and I went flying down towards the floor, scattering everywhere on the street. And then, when I was on the floor, I was just abandoned. He didn't want me anymore. And then we went viral. I couldn't believe it. I woke up the next morning to find myself an internet sensation. But I would just like to say I'd really appreciate it if I could have some privacy now at these difficult times. I'm sure people will respect your views and give you some privacy time now at these, as you said, difficult times. So, just another question. How did you feel about this whole event taking place for you? Well, when I was abandoned, I obviously felt abandoned, funnily enough, and I was quite upset by that fact. But then, as Eric Idle once said, you should always look on the bright side of life. And I sure am now, because I suddenly realised that by being abandoned on the streets of Cheltenham last week, I survived being eaten, so I'm still here, giving you this interview today. And have you got any advice for any other KFC feasts that might be being brought by people? Well, my only advice is, if you want to get eaten, just hold on tight. But if you want to survive being eaten, then just let go. And then you can be here just like me and not be eaten. Thank you for that very good advice. Now, is it true that you're setting up some sort of society to help other and protect other KFC feasts? Yes, that is true. I am setting up the RSPCKFCF. It stands for the Royal Society of Protection and Care for Kentucky Fried Chicken Feasts. So Google the name and get supporting. We need all the support we can get to protect and care for other KFC feasts just like me that may be abandoned on the streets and in other areas. Thank you, KFC Feast. That was a very good interview. Thank you for answering our questions. And as I said, I'm sure people will now respect your wishes and give you some privacy time. But thank you for coming in today and giving us this exclusive interview. It was good talking to you and to see your side of the story. To find out more about this whole story, there is plenty of stuff on the news and around the internet if you haven't already seen it. But as KFC Feast said himself, he would now appreciate it if you could give him some privacy time at these difficult times. And also, remember to look into his new association he's setting up following these events, the RSPCKFCF, the Royal Society for the Protection and Care of Kentucky Fried Chicken Feasts. So thank you for joining me, KFC Feast, and for giving this very good exclusive interview.